what confidence actually is so that we're all on the same page about what it means to be confident. And what I'd like to do is reframe this idea of confidence in our heads, because up to this point, I think many of us believed that if we were competent and we showed our competency through hard work, taking on more tasks, putting in more hours, doing a really good job, that would be enough to get us to the next level. Unfortunately, that's not the case. And this is a myth that has, I think, been misinterpreted for a very long time for women in the professional world. Because what they've found is that competence is not enough. You also need to have confidence to be successful. So success really equals confidence and competence. So what I want you to take away from this section is that confidence is what turns thoughts into action. Without it, we don't move forward. We freeze, we don't speak up, we don't go for those opportunities, and it ends up leading to that leadership gap that I spoke about earlier. So confidence is what turns thoughts into action.
I'm attending the NAL GCI and just heard Monique speak, and she really talked to us about how important it is that confidence is for us as women especially. She told us about some tips about how to face your fear and do it anyway, which really resonated with me.
Women have a tendency to take things personally, okay? Men are really good at resilience. If they make a mistake, they get right back up, right? They don't really let it take the wind out of their sails. What do women do? We close down, we retreat, we overanalyze, right? We ponder it, yes. And that takes energy. It takes energy out of, our effectiveness, essentially. So instead of putting our mind back into the game and thinking about, okay, how do I learn from this and move forward? We're spending all this time and energy, right, dwelling on what didn't work. Now, same thing goes with unconscious bias. If you feel like you are victimized, right, you are being unfairly treated because of unconscious bias. Here's the thing, it's not intentional. It's not on purpose. So don't feel the victim. Because when you put yourself in that victim box, you stand away from your power. And we can't afford to do that. Am I beginning to believe the bias? And is that impacting my self-confidence? Because if you begin to, again, internalize and victimize yourself, thinking like I'm not good enough, or I have to work 10 times harder to prove myself, so I'm just going to take all the office housework, right? So, and then somebody's going to notice that I'm doing a really good job. Guess what? No one's going to notice. And they're not going to promote you. You know who's going to get promoted? The woman that delegates that stuff and takes on a high visibility assignment. Or spends her time building her network, right? Building relationships with key decision makers who are going to be the ones who are going to advocate on your behalf, who are going to offer you those positions, who are going to support you. So becoming aware of your own unconscious bias is super important.
I learned from Monique today the importance of my cheerleader, reminding myself I'm smart, I'm confident, and I can do this.
Over time is that because we've had to operate in a man's world, we've had to adopt and conform to a man's world. And so as women started coming into the workplace and, had to fit in and had to adopt and had to succeed in that masculine environment, they took on masculine traits to be taken seriously. And it worked, right? It's gotten us up to this point. We've shattered glass ceilings, and we're entering the workforce in droves. But we still see a gap at the top of leadership echelons, and I think there's a reason for that. And I think the reason is because we are not actually bringing these skills to the table as much as we could. We're tending to leave those qualities at home, showing up more with empathy and with care and emotional intelligence with our family and friends, maybe not as much with our colleagues and peers in the workplace. So what I put together through all my research, through my personal experience, through working with my clients and all the research I did, is I came up with the feminine leadership model, which is a balanced approach to leadership that is designed to play to women's strengths. Now, I called it the feminine leadership model, but you can call it anything you want. You can call it the inclusive leadership model. You can call it a collaborative leadership model. Men can use it. Women can use it. This is the model of the future, ladies and gentlemen. This is what people are looking for in companies today.
I just heard Monique's incredible presentation. It really made me think about what I do to myself to handicap myself, and she provided really wonderful strategies on how to be better, how to be stronger, and how to help other women.